Welcome back to Kings of Opinion, episode 52. And with baseball 10 days in, we're in full swing here. We're going to be talking about the Mets and Yankees for a lot of this episode. But before we do, I'm going to introduce Wander back to the scene and to the set.
Welcome back.
Feels good to be back.
And then, as always, you got Big Earn on the rocking chair.
Howdy.
So my Ryan's rant for today is a very simple one. So I'm driving down Little Neck Parkway the other day, right? And you know how Little Neck Parkway has like the multiple lanes on Hillside,
right,
where you have like the side
Yeah.
roads and then you have the two middle. So I'm in the middle and I'm coming home from my parents' house, and there's an NYPD car. I didn't think anything of it. It's like he's on the outer skirt going north towards my house, like towards the farm and all that stuff. And I'm like, huh.
He's all the way to the right.
He's all the way to the right, like where 7-Eleven is.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, this guy's going to do something silly. And then I look at the back and it wound up being a traffic car or a school safety. That's what it was, school safety car. And I'm like, all right. He tries to cut into the center lane as the light goes green. So, of course, me being the guy I am, I don't know what to do with my hands right now, but I don't let him cut through. Because I'm like, what are you doing? You don't turn the lights on, no signal, like you can't just cut across. So he winds up going straight, and I'm going straight, and then the next block, I forget, I think it's like 83rd or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're at a red light. He doesn't even stop at the red light, and then just goes through the red light and makes a right-hand turn. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And then you got all these other
It
knuckleheads.
says safety on this car.
Right. I mean, whether it's school or not, like, at least put your lights on is my thing. Like,
Right.
like I'm a lonely person, I don't know, but like if you're going somewhere, you put the lights on. You don't just be blowing lights and doing whatever you want, because half the people in the state just drive like animals anyway. And you're not setting a good example. You know what I mean?
I guess he was late to his post.
But the funny thing is, school's already out because it's past like 5, 6 o'clock. I mean, it was still light out, but I'm telling you, this was like last week. I don't remember what day, but right now it gets dark at what, like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock right now?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be doing that. There's enough taxi cabs and all these other kind of things that do that already. We don't need, like, people to be doing that.
People that are supposed to be keeping people from doing it.
Right! Like, come on! Like, I know they don't write tickets and they're strictly for the schools, but you're not going to school right now, man. Like, even the after-school programs are done. You know?
Yeah. Who knows?
It's unbelievable.
Maybe it
Anyway.
was somebody who stole one and took it for a joyride.
Well, then they would have also stole the uniform, too, because they're wearing a uniform. But I guess that's neither here nor there. What are you going to do? But, that's my quick rant for today. Nothing too crazy. But now let's get into the baseball. And I'm going to talk about the Yankees first. If you would have told me that on this day the Yankees would be 9-2 with Garrett Cole on the shelf for 2 months, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very pleasant surprise.
Right? And what's his name? Nasty Nestor pitched 8 solid innings yesterday. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that was a great game by him.
Yeah, and like what was really good about it is I was watching the game for a little bit. They didn't get off to a hot start. Like, it happened somewhere in the 4th or 5th inning. So like,
Yeah, definitely. Because I know it was like around 7 o'clock, right? The game started at 6.
yeah. And what's funny is after 3 weeks ago, Garrett Cole goes down. You don't know if he needs Tommy John, surgery, what have you. It wound up not being as bad, and he's currently rehabbing. He threw 25 pitches yesterday.
Yeah, I heard that.
No soreness, which is good, or minimal soreness. They didn't think nothing's too crazy. He's still on track, which is good news for us. But then you also had Judge go down for a little bit. You're like, here we go already. Like, what's going to happen? And then DJ goes down, and literally, as of right now, they're 9-2, and you couldn't ask for a better script so far.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, they got, 2 more games against the Marlins?
Yeah, and they better sweep them.
So, if they do what they should, they'll be 11-2. I mean,
Best team in baseball right now. So, and it's great. And what's funny is Judge isn't even getting started yet.
I know.
He's batting 179.
I
He's
know.
just starting to come around. So if you have a hot Judge in that lineup, Forget about it.
And Stanton's been these last couple of games looking like he's starting to put it together. So if he keeps this going, forget it.
And like I said before, which is funny, if Stanton gets it going, Judge and Soto, I know people want to say Betts, Freeman, and Ohtani. To me, there's nobody better than the Yankees trio. They're a close second, I'll give you that. But the only one that they could possibly win at is Ohtani against one of our three guys. All the other three guys are better than the other two guys, in my opinion, if they get going.
I mean, Betts is starting like gangbusters. What is he at, like 5 or 6 home runs already?
Yeah, but if you told me who would you rather have, Judge, Soto, or Betts, I'm going to pick Judge and Soto every time. And for Soto to come in here and be what he's been so far, the amount of love and respect and everything that's been happening so far with him, if he keeps that consistent throughout the year, it's going to be like, I don't see how the Yankees could let him go.
I agree.
Like, just whip out the checkbook and write a number of years, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. For me right now, everything's great. I like what they're doing. Don't lose any games in a row. Just you keep winning series and just whatever. And the teams that are really bad, sweep them, and you'll have no problem making the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Then you just got to worry about the playoffs, which is what we always worry about when you're
Hopefully
in
no
New York.
more, I'm sure there's going to be a couple, but as far as the pitcher staff goes, hopefully everybody stays healthy and Cole gets back, and it's like getting
An ace.
Nice free agent ace on the rotation.
Absolutely. That's what you're gonna want to have right now happen. Like, just everyone just stay healthy. You don't even have to pitch super great, because the way the Yankees are hitting right now, and then, like I said, not everyone's hitting. It's just a few guys. So if you could get DJ back in a little bit, and he'll get inserted into a lineup like
George
Glaber.
catches fire, like you said.
I saw. Unfortunately, they didn't get the win for the home opener, but Stroman pitched well.
Yes, he pitched
Yeah.
really well.
And he's pitching tonight, I think, right?
Let's
Pitched
say
sharp
Tuesday.
dude.
Yeah, he should be.
I'm pretty sure too.
No, it's Rodon today.
Oh, right.
He's probably tomorrow. Yeah, Stroman is Wednesday. It's tomorrow. But even with that, Rodon hasn't looked so bad neither.
No. I've been pleasantly surprised.
And it's really good. Like, just keep this going. The bullpen's been a little shaky, but that's to be understood early on, because the pitchers still have to stretch themselves out, so the bullpen gets a lot of the work.
Even then, they started like gangbusters, and
Right.
they've come back to earth a little bit.
Yeah, they have, and they'll get back to where they need to be. I'm not really worried about it. The one thing Cashman is great for is finding these like diamonds in the rough for the bullpen to keep things afloat and like interchange them from the minor leagues and bring them up.
Yeah.
The most surprising thing I would say so far is the way Anthony Volpe's been playing.
Oh. And you know what? You know what I've been liking about him is his defense has been like lights out. Like I was watching last night, and he had a couple of plays where they just looked like so natural and easy to him. I like this kid is. He looks like he's got the makings to be a superstar, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's hitting .417 right now. And I know we're only 11 games in for the Yankees, but if he keeps this up, he's going to be a bona fide all-star every year. You know what I mean?
It's unbelievable.
It really is. And now
I've
you
just been so surprised at how good he is defensively. I didn't realize he was that good.
well, he was a Gold Glover last year.
Yeah.
So everyone else, I guess, kind of saw it last year. And now he's just keeping up with it. And he's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Because remember, he's still young. He's still got things to learn and adjust to, which is why I'm so impressed with how good he's been at the plate.
Yeah, they said that he made a lot of changes this offseason with his approach at the plate.
And to me, a lot of guys have, you know. And are some guys slumping a little bit? Yes, but you're winning ball games and you're winning almost convincingly right now. What are you gonna do? Like, can you really complain about Rizzo hitting 220, Glaber hitting 212, You know,
it's all about winning the series, right? So far, they've been doing that.
that's right. And just getting, what's been surprising is they've been getting big hits, you know, and that's the name of the game. Big hits and good pitching.
And like we said, I think we said it last week, right? These couple of games where they came back from behind and won. That shit is just contagious, and it goes a long way, man. These guys take that stuff to heart, and it just really propels them, I think.
Yeah, you're 100% right, and I'll take it even a step further. When someone fails, they know the guy behind them will pick them up, which
Right.
is very rare to have. And if that's what they believe, and I have no reason to doubt that that's what they're saying, and I believe it, but if that's how they believe, then you go up there so much more relaxed, because you know, listen, if I don't get it done, the guy behind me is going to do it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off.
Correct. Whereas of last year, you could see it. Everyone was like, "Oh man, if I don't get a hit, we're gonna lose."
Right,
Or,
and then you end up just
yeah, you end up just being crappy, and you end up being 82 and 80, which is what they were last year. Like if they didn't have the big home run to win the game, they lost that game. Especially when Judge wasn't around.
Yeah.
You could see and that speaks, I guess, to his superstardom, right? He's so powerful for that lineup. Like you could see last year, if he wasn't around for those 10 weeks, they were awful and boring and this. Whereas he's hitting 175 right now, so he hasn't even gotten go. Yeah, he hit a few home runs, but he hasn't gotten it going like where he's like ripping the ball and like whatever. But they don't seem to flinch, and they seem to just pick it up, and someone else is going to do it.
yeah.
And
He's been batting behind Soto. Right?
correct. Well, that's what I was going to say. Like he's providing enough protection for Soto to do his thing, and then whoever's behind him, which is usually Rizzo, but even if it's like a Volpe a given day or whatever, like he's getting his pitches, he's just missing them right
Yeah.
now. So once he gets his pitches, you're gonna see like that inflated run scoring.
Could you see a situation where he continues to struggle a bit, and Soto is just crazy on fire, and then they switch him in the lineup so that he's seeing the better pitches possibly because they don't want to
Pitch to Soto?
Pitch to Soto.
I guess that could happen only if like they start losing more games than they're winning. If they keep winning, I think they're just gonna keep it like that.
Yeah, and let him work it out.
Right, because Judge is the type of guy that will work it out. Like, I have no doubt he's
Right.
going to have close to 50 home runs at the end of the year and have, close to 300 batting average and all the other numbers along with it, So I don't foresee it being like a huge issue. And honestly, I wouldn't tinker with the lineup because that's all they did the last few years, and
Yeah.
it gets you nowhere. Just leave it. If it's working, leave it.
Yeah.
You want to tinker a guy here and there, like move up Volpe like they did over Verdugo because he's hitting 400, so be it. But keep the top stacked,
That's another thing. How long before Volpe's leading off?
Listen, the way he's producing, I'd leave him in the 5-hole right now or 6-hole, whatever it is. Like, leave him there. I don't.
Like you said, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Agreed. I wouldn't worry about it, to be fair. Like, what can you do? Then you start messing with things, and bad things happen. Gleyber Torres is doing fine on the leadoff spot. Like, he's just not hitting for power yet, but he's seeing a lot of pitches.
Yeah, that's true. That's one thing that they've been doing well, right? That we're getting these starting pitchers to.
And which is great because normally 9 times out of 10, you're not going to face a bullpen like the Yankees have. So you get to that bullpen in the 5th or 6th inning, you could tack on some runs. So if you're losing down by 1, but you get that starter out, you're fairly confident you're going to win that ball game.
Yeah, and it's like now, especially now with these starting pitchers, nobody going past 5-6 innings anymore. These bullpens are getting taxed, so these guys are coming in every day, and they're not where they could be or should be because they're pitching every freaking day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you want to get to the bullpen.
100%. 100%. It's crazy right now. And, like, the Yankees aren't the only team that are doing well right now. Like, even in our own division, the Red Sox, surprisingly, are 7-4. You got the Guardians at 8-2. The West is a little shabby right now because
What's his name out for the year, right?
Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
Shane Bieber.
Shit, same thing. Right?
Yeah, I think he's having Tommy John. There's someone else that has Tommy John too.
A lot of guys are out. Man.
Yeah.
Boston just lost Trevor Story yesterday for the season.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof. I wonder why these guys are getting hurt so much.
I heard they were bringing into the pitch clock. They were saying if that is a factor.
I think like
Or question.
a lot of guys are saying it's just an excuse. It's like, let's get away from these guys trying to throw 100 miles an hour and think it pitch.
Right.
Maybe that'll help.
Someone was saying it's because they don't use sticky stuff on the ball no more. Like the ball isn't grippable as much.
And I did hear them talking about that they've tried like multiple attempts at changing the ball.
Correct.
As far as,
Yeah.
and nothing seems to be working. But I agree with most people when they say it's only happening since these guys are like, right? We used to hear it every year with what's his name from the Mets that got traded.
DeGrom?
DeGrom, right? Oh, every pitch is over. He's thrown X amount of pitches over 100 miles an hour, and look at him. He can never stay healthy.
Agreed.
These guys that like Nolan Ryan and Tom Seaver that were throwing 300 innings a year for 20 straight years, they never threw 100 miles an hour, and they never had no problems.
Yeah. They were like mid to low 90s. You know? You don't have to and you know what's funny that you say that? Because I could see them overthrowing so much. Like if you just took a little off, and instead of 100 mile an hour, you throw it 93 or 94. Listen, to what you were saying, if you throw it in the right spot, they're not going to hit it.
Right.
That's all that matters. You just want what
7
you want
out of 10 times they're not going to hit it.
Right. That's pretty good odds, right? I take those odds any day. If you tell me 7 out of 10 times I'm going to win the lotto, I'm going to play the lotto a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think what the thing is with this stuff is they want to be able to say, I could throw 100 miles an hour at any given pitch, throw it right down the middle, and you're going to swing and miss. Which, to me, is more of a bravado kind of thing, and they're just getting hurt for it. You know what I mean? Whereas you could throw it on the inside part of the plate, up and in, at 93, still get the strikeout whether they swing or not, and you might stay healthy.
I mean, listen, I'm sure that the players' union or whatever they're called, they're going to be bitching and moaning and pitching and moaning that they'll make some kind of a change eventually, because this is just it's crazy.
Yeah, you're 100% right. So before we get to the Mets, I want to play a quick little game. So I'm going to tell you a team, and I'm going to tell you a record, and you're going to tell me if it's real or fake, meaning like, can they sustain that kind of a record the rest of the year or not? Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right, so me and Shady did like our dark horses and whatever, this, that, and the other for baseball. And my dark horse was the Pirates. They're 9-3 right now. They're playing really good baseball. Do you think they can sustain that? Yes or no?
What division are they in again?
The Central, which is very easy division to stay relevant and just make the playoffs.
Yeah, so when you say sustain it at a 9-2 clip?
No, but be good enough to make can you see them with a hot start, staying hot most of the year, and
Who's their starters?
beats the hell out of them?
They're in the division with who? It's
The Brewers,
Pittsburgh?
Cubs, Reds, and Cardinals.
I'm gonna say no.
I mean, listen. I don't see why not. I don't think any of those teams are batting down the doors this season, right?
They didn't last year either.
Right.
So, I agree with Ernie on this one. I think they could play all year and fight for that Central Division, which would be a playoff berth for them. And I would be excited for them. They actually have a
Plus, they got O'Neal Cruz on the team.
Yeah.
Named after Paul O'Neal.
Yep. And the funny thing is too, they had a decent lineup last year. They just didn't have pitching. I don't know what their pitching is right now, but they traded a bunch of guys away, and maybe they have prospects that came up and are just doing good for them. So now we'll go with, let's go with the Tigers. So right now it's the AL Central. You got the Guardians on top, at 8-2, the Tigers 7-4, the Royals 6-4, Twins 3-5, and the White Sox 1-9.
Yeah, I don't think the Tigers will sustain this.
I don't either.
Me neither. However, they were one of my spoilers for this year. So they're in the same boat as the Pirates. They've been rebuilding, and they have a good offensive core, and they even got a few pitchers that they traded for in the last few years. So if they don't make it this year, I wouldn't be surprised, but they're knocking on the door.
Yeah.
They're right there.
Yeah, they got a couple, Torkelson, right? And
Yeah. Are you surprised at all with the Orioles right now at 6-4? They're third in the division. They're just behind the Red Sox. And then you got the Rays and Blue Jays at 5-6.
yeah. I have a sneaky feeling that the AL East is not going to be as dominant of a division as it's been the last couple of years.
Really, you think so?
Yeah.
That's intriguing.
I mean, I don't know that Boston's going to keep this up, right? Toronto doesn't impress me. I think Baltimore will be okay, and Tampa Bay. It's hard to bet against Tampa because they always seem to find a radar.
They always find that weird pitcher in their minor league system that comes up after they trade away their whole pitching staff, and he just winds up winning the Cy Young.
Yeah. Or some guy that was a throw-in in a trade from another team and ends up being their ace for the next 5 years.
Right.
Until his contract is up and then they have to get rid of him.
And then they trade him for the next guy.
Right.
That does the same thing. What do you think, Wander?
Yeah, I think Baltimore, they'll be all right. I think they've been solid the last few years, so I think it continues.
Since we brought up the Rays, have we heard anything with Wander Franco recently? I haven't paid attention, but I know last time they were looking for him.
No, I recently heard something about him that I don't remember the exact details, but I think it was that he was home and he turned himself in and everything. So I don't know what's going on. I know I heard something recently about him. Gotta look that up.
All right, let's go back to the NL. So you have the reigning NL champs at 4-7, Wander. Do you see them staying somewhat in the cellar right now? They're only in front of the Rockies right now that
This
are
is the
3.
Diamondbacks?
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
4-7.
they were, last team in last year, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd probably have to look at their roster, but, I don't have a lot of faith in them, I guess.
So it's funny. I was watching them play the Yankees, and they were playing the Yankees tough, but they were without 3 of their starting pitchers.
Oh, wow.
Jordan Montgomery being one of them because he's ramping himself up to come back.
He signed with them. Okay.
Yes.
Good addition by them.
100%. And they had 2 other young
They
arms.
still have Galen or whatever.
Yeah, he pitched against the Yankees.
Yeah,
That's the only game they won.
He's solid.
Yeah, he was nasty. He was really good. But they have 2 other starting pitchers that are coming back from injury
Yeah.
that they haven't gotten back yet. So I think the Diamondbacks are going to be all right. I don't think they'll win that division, but they'll make a wild card.
That's some good starting pitching.
Yeah, they might have the best starting 5 in all of baseball, which is kind of crazy, especially with the addition of Montgomery. So we'll see how that goes.
How's he done so far for them?
He hasn't pitched yet.
Okay.
He's around the corner. He's coming back soon. Him like JD
Yeah,
Martinez.
you read my
Yeah. So
I was
we'll
gonna
get.
say, when's he coming?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Well, I mean that seems to have quieted down a bit since they've had some success lately.
So we'll get to the Mets right now then. So they had a pretty big weekend. I think they won 2 out of 3 against the
Yeah.
Reds,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you would have thought that the way Shady Brady was yapping his gums that they won the World Series already.
Well, he's very into the Mets, so let's just keep it like that. But yeah, so they went out on the road after having a terrible start to the season. I think they were like 0-5 or something like that.
Weren't they 0-6?
They might have been. I'm trying to figure out. They're 4-6 now.
So maybe they were 0-5.
Yeah, they're probably 0-5, and
Because they
then
had
won
the
a
one
game.
game. They had the one game this weekend that they were up
Yeah, that was Saturday.
big and lost, right?
Yeah, that was Saturday.
Right. So so they were probably 0-5, and then 1-5, and then they won. They won 4 out of the last 5. Let's just put it like that. And as our buddy Shady Brady, aka Steve, would tell you, they're road dogs right now, and they're on the road. They're in Atlanta, and they were down 4-0 yesterday in Atlanta, and came all the way back, and then won that game 8-7.
Oh, they were down 4-0.
4-0.
Wow.
What's his name? Brandon Nimmo.
Oh yeah, had a big home run, right?
A big home run, a big 2 home runs. He was like Superman yesterday.
All right.
He had 2 home runs, and then the go-ahead RBI single, and then DJ Stewart hit a 2-run home run, and then that was pretty much all she wrote. And I can almost envision the Met fans sitting back watching the game and be like, "We're down 4-0, game's over." And even when they tied it up, be like, they're still gonna lose this game. It's the Braves. And they didn't. So now, I guess my question, we're both Yankee fans, so I'm gonna let the Wanderers speak on this. My question to you right now is, that was the biggest game so far for the Mets this season,
Right.
especially against a World Series contender. You know, that probably the second best team in the National League besides
Division rival.
of course, and second best team in the NL besides the Dodgers.
Right.
What would you be happy with the Mets this weekend against the Braves now that they came from behind and won this first game?
Well, I mean, I would love to see them take 2 out of 3. Is it a 3-game series?
It's actually a 4-game series.
All right, so
So I'm glad you asked.
I would love to see.
So now just adjust your answer.
3 out of 4, but
Right.
I'll take a split as well.
Now, what do you think is more likely?
With the way the starting pitching has been, I would say a split.
Okay. So if I was a Met fan, I'd sign up for the split. So like the difference between the Yankees and the Mets, like the Yankees started the season on the road in Houston. They also came from behind 4-0 down in game 1, came all the way back and won. And I think it was 7-5 they won. I don't think it was 8-5, but I think it was 7-5. But either which way, what they did is they took care of business against basically their arch nemesis right now. Like we don't even talk about the Red Sox anymore. It's all Houston.
Yeah.
So they went into Houston, came from behind, won that first game, came from behind in the second game, came from behind in the third game.
And that's pretty much carried them so far.
100%. So they took care of business, which is what, like I said, I'm not a Met fan. So for the Mets game to count yesterday, they almost need to do what the Yankees did to Houston. However, the Mets, what's the word I'm looking for? Not perception, but they're not as good as the Braves. So if they split, you'll take it. But in my mind, they should take at least 3 out of 4, especially if they win tonight.
Maybe they're catching them at the right time, right? Because with Strider recently going out for the season, their team morale could be down a bit and stuff. So maybe they're catching them at the right time.
Yeah, agreed. I would think that, I forget who they're playing next.
KC.
So even if they did split, it's still a win in my book for you guys. But to win 3 out of 4 and then go to KC and get it going would be great.
Great start, yeah.
Great start, especially after going 0-5. They come back around and you at least should be playing competitive baseball right now, which is really all you want. Like I said before baseball even started, keep it close. Try to make a move at the All-Star break. See what you could do. And they don't even have JD Martinez yet, which is going to be a big offensive cog in their lineup. The sad thing is, and this is where I really want to question JD Martinez. Like, you want to play baseball this year? Why are you not you're a DH. It's not like you're a first baseman or third baseman, an outfielder where you got to be on the field shagging fly balls or getting into running shape or whatever. This whole time you're off and no one's giving you a contract, why are you not in the cages?
Yeah, but do we know that wasn't the case?
We don't know, but it's almost like logic, right? Once he signed, he should have been ready to go. Like after a game or two, you want to say you want to get some live at bats? You get some live BP at the stadium.
I would have to assume that guy's a big enough professional that he was ready to go.
then why is he down in the minors for 10 games? And not only that, I just read an article that he's got soreness. You don't get soreness if you've been working out all winter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
And my thing is like, okay, if you want to tell me you worked out from, November, December, like you took a month off, like because he was on the Dodgers, so they were in the playoffs. So you took a month off. Let's say you started working out middle of November. You work out, and like I said, he's not a defensive like positional player. He's just a DH. So you have one job and one job only. We all know what that is. It's to hit a baseball, and you're super rich. So if you can't get to a batting cage, or you're not assigned to a team where you could go to Tampa or Arizona or wherever they do, whatever team does whatever they're doing for spring training, you could go to almost any batting cage or set one up in your house. You don't need much. You need a net, and you need a pitching machine. And you need somebody, maybe, I don't know if he has kids or not, or a wife or whatever, or a friend. Hey, bro, come on over. I need to hit the cages at least a couple times a week. You shouldn't get signed by the Mets like 3 days before the season, and you go to the minor leagues for 10 days, and then 2 days ago you're saying, he's still practicing, but he's got soreness. You don't get soreness in the beginning of April if you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing since February, which is logical to me. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I guess.
Either that or you're just that old where you're getting sore every couple days. But even which way,
And maybe that's why he was available for so long, because
maybe there's all these things, but I'm just thinking, his approach is lacking something. You know what I mean? Because you want to take swings. I'd rather have you in the major league team taking swings and being sore than in the minors, because you're not helping. If you get a couple base hits in the minors, what is that doing for the Mets?
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
And how was he doing in the minors? Or how is he doing in the minors?
Not bad. Like, he's getting a couple hits here and there. But that's what I mean. Like, if he was up here start of the season, maybe they wouldn't be 0-5. Maybe they'd be 2-3. Even 1-4 is still better than 0-5. Especially if he contributed in that game. Or just the sheer presence of him in the lineup. He's a professional hitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't get any better than that.
I don't know.
You know?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Hopefully soon.
And what's the talk? Has there been any mention as to when he's coming up?
So the last thing he heard, he was supposed to be ready for the Brave series. But then he got soreness, and they said he's not going to be here at all for the Brave series. And that's all we got so far.
All right.
And I was talking to our buddy Shady, and he told me not to bash JD Martinez too much, but you know me, I'm not going to always listen because I'm going to call a spade a spade. That guy should have been ready to go. If
So
all
they're
you do is
playing-
hit.
They're playing what? Today,
They played yesterday?
tomorrow, and Thursday?
Correct.
Off Friday?
No, they wouldn't be off Friday. They go right into Friday. They're on the road, so they would fly. Thursday, I would assume, is a day game without even looking at the schedule. I'm not a Met fan, so I don't care. The Met fan should be looking at the schedule.
And the next
that
series
me?
is the next.
No.
series
Is there
against-
another Met fan in the living room right now?
The
I
next
didn't know I
series
was,
is against Kansas
stat
City.
guy.
Kansas City will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
In Kansas City.
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
So let's see if he's there.
Because you know what? Listen, you didn't spend a lot of money for him, but either which way, you need him here in the lineup. You can't have guys like McNeil batting cleanup behind the polar bear, or batting fifth, or whatever. I don't.
He's another one. He's another one. Like you would like
Yeah,
to
Thursday is 12:20.
think. You would like
Thank
to
you.
think that he's.
You're the man.
McNeil's gonna catch fire a little bit here and get back on track, because he's way too good of a hitter to be doing what he's been doing.
Right.
I think he had a home run the other day, right? I remember hearing that he had a big home run. So let's see.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they have the same story as the Yankees. They still got guys that need to, like Lindor's not even batting his weight, not even close to it. He's not even batting my nephew's weight right now.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's batting like 0.36 or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Right, so he's off to a terrible start. And listen, since he's been in the Mets uniform, he's had nothing but bad starts to the season, and he picks it up. So to me, if I was a Met fan, I wouldn't really be worried about it. But to be batting 0.36,
Yeah.
that's not good. Like his other years past, he'd be batting like 150, 160, 180, whatever. But 36? My nephew's 31 pounds is almost, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Anything else baseball related that you guys want to talk about? No. The Knicks. They have a big game today against the Bulls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The talk is that they have a legitimate shot at getting the 2 seed.
I was just going to look that up right now.
Milwaukee's been
They fell off a little
struggling, and apparently the rest of their games their schedule is very tough.
Tough? So, right now, there's no chance for them to make it to number 1. They're tied for 3rd with the Orlando Magic, which is kind of scary.
Orlando is a 3 seed?
Yes, so last time we talked about these guys, it was the Cavaliers that were in 3rd.
Right.
And then we talked about the Knicks. If they won whatever game that was, they would have been in 3rd. They didn't. I think that might have been like the Spurs and whatever other team they played after that.
They lost like 3 games in a row.
Yeah, that stretch knocked them out. But now, since then, they've won. And right now, they're tied for 3rd with Orlando Magic. Cleveland is only a half game behind. And credit to you, Ernie, you were saying like this is just going to be a mishmash till the end of the season, which it looks like it is. And the Milwaukee Bucks are 1 game ahead of both those teams.
Yeah.
And the Knicks just beat the Bucks.
Yeah.
So that was huge.
Yeah, they're struggling. They're struggling, and like I said, the rest of the games are very tough.
Well, hopefully they
And I think, if I heard right, the Bulls have not been good this year.
They're
Well, they beat the
37 and
Knicks
41.
on- they
Yeah,
beat
the
the
Knicks, I
on
think,
Friday.
play them 3 times in their last however many games they have left.
Well, they're playing them tonight.
Yeah, and I think 2 more times in the next week.
And they lost to them. The Knicks lost to them on Friday.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you're right. They lost to them on Friday and on Tuesday 4-2. Oh, no, that was Miami. I'm sorry. They lost them on Friday 108 to 110. 108 to 100, sorry. They play them tonight. Then they play them on Sunday. So these are some big games. And then the Knicks play Boston and then Brooklyn.
There we go. Big news, breaking news. The MLBPA is blaming the pitch clock for all these injuries.
Makes sense. What are you going to do with that stuff? So the Knicks are riding high right now. They did lose Randall for the season. He had surgery,
Yeah.
which is a shame. Like, why couldn't you have done that when he first got hurt?
I know, that's what a lot of people are saying,
Like, I guess, listen, if it's me and you and we go to the regular, Northwell or, Advantage Care facility and they're like, listen, do physical therapy and like let it rest and we'll see what happens, I'd understand it. But these guys go to the best doctors in the world. You can't tell me that you couldn't have told him 4 or 5 months ago because he's literally been hurt since, November, December?
How does that work though? I mean, is it one of those things where if the guy is hesitant to get it, can you force him to have surgery?
No, I don't think you could force anyone to get any kind of surgery unless it's like a legitimate, oh, you need Tommy John or else you'll never pitch again. Then the guys will be like, okay. But, with this, there's got to be some discussion where, listen, you probably should have surgery. You may be able to just rest it for 5 months and you might be better. And then as a ball player, you got to decide, what's good for you and what's good for the team. Because to me, it seems like, and it's no fault to him, I'm really just blaming the doctors. If you think it's a 50-50 chance, you got to tell him you need surgery. And then if you have surgery now as opposed to 5 months from now, you might be able to make it back for the playoffs.
Right.
And now with Randall's competitive edge and mentality, you don't think he'd be like, oh, I'd rather have surgery now than at the end of the season and then I'm no good to the team in the playoffs? Or even if there's a shot that you could play in the playoffs. Wouldn't you rather take that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I don't know.
And then we have another big game tonight. Tonight is a crazy night for sports,
It
by the way.
is.
So you got
New York sports.
Yeah, so now the next thing we're going to talk about, which we don't know much about, and I wish we kind of had a hockey guy here, but, they're all too busy watching the hockey games, is the Rangers and Islanders.
Yeah.
Now, the Islanders recently have made it into the playoff discussion Now, I think they're 3 points ahead right now in the playoffs. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to look it up right now. But they're playing the Rangers, who are, I think they're number 1, right?
Yeah, and they have. I think they can clinch tonight with a win or a Boston loss or something like that. I saw.
Yeah, so they have a total of 110 points. They're the best team in hockey right now. The Islanders are 3rd with 85. And I'm trying to see how does this wild card work? I don't even know, but I don't know. But either which way, they're in the playoffs right now. They have to beat the Rangers, and their season, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left.
Yeah, so a much bigger game for the Islanders.
100%. And they play the Rangers again. So right now, they're in USB tonight. So that's a big game. I'm going to be watching some of that. And then they go to MSG against the Rangers. And then they play Montreal, who's eh. And then they play Jersey, who's eh. And then they play Pittsburgh, who's pretty good too. They actually have another win over the Islanders.
Mm.
But they're 3 points ahead of...
Yeah, I think they're competing for that spot with who? The Penguins.
I think it's like the Red Wings
I
or
think
something.
the Red Wings as well. Yeah.
It's hard to see on this app because I got to look at the glossary, and like it's just too much right now. But either which way, these are all must-win games for the Islanders. And I want to go on record as saying this because our buddy Steve Kelly said it the other day when we were golfing at Douglaston. I went to UBS last Tuesday for the Islander game, and it was a hell of a game. They won right before the end of the game. They scored 2 goals, and I think in the third. They're losing 1-0 most of the game. And it was on our TikTok feed and Instagram, they did a little pre-ceremony thing for Detective Dillard.
Oh, okay.
That just passed away because of the unfortunate events that happened with him. But so they did that. The game was awesome. They won, and since then they've been undefeated. So I'm just gonna do one of these right now, a little pat on the back. They are undefeated because that was my first game in UBS. Not only first time in the building.
Taking all the credit.
I'm gonna take all the credit. Those guys did nothing. I did everything. I even had a shack sandwich, which was delicious. The shack sandwich is chicken tenders, blue cheese, buffalo sauce, on a Islander bagel, which is orange and blue bagel.
Oh.
And let me tell you what, it was delicious.
Yeah. UBS is, I've only been there once for an Islander game, but it was a lot of fun. Nice place, very local for us, so that's
The Uber ride is like $10.
the biggest bonus of all.
100%. It's right down the road from us over here. I'm in the works of talking to the Islanders of doing next year a Kings of Opinion show from a suite over there. Well,
Really?
maybe not from the suite, but like they'll give us a suite just for us to do a show there.
Yeah, I was very lucky. The game that I got to go to, tickets were given to me, and they were in the Dime Club, I think it's called, where the seats were amazing, the view was amazing, and the promenade is right behind you, and it's just loaded with food, and you just get up and go help yourself.
Oh, so you're like a suite.
It wasn't a suite; it's a regular section of seats.
Oh,
it's called the Time Club.
Oh,
but it's like it's its own section.
But they had a buffet and everything? Amazing. I didn't even see that. I'll be fair, we got there not late, but just in time to the game, so we got drinks and then we went right to the seats. I was like on like the first level, section 108, and where our row was, we were just above the glass so you could see everything. Because I feel like if you get under the glass a little bit, you can't see everything. So we had perfect seats. But I checked out a little bit of the stadium, or the arena, I should say. I want to go again. I'm not going to go this year, obviously, because it's not. I don't. They might have 1 or 2 more home games, and depending on what's happening, like it might be expensive. But I want to go there again just to like walk around. Like I want to get there early and walk around a little bit and check out some of the bars they have there. Didn't you say something about something cool that they had earlier before we got on the show?
I don't recall.
You don't recall. Wasn't it something with the drinks or something like that? I forget.
Oh no, just saying it's there's so many concessions you can get a beverage anywhere, literally.
Yeah, but they almost have something like now I remember. It's almost like when I went to Vegas with the Raiders, and where you just like scan your credit card. Or
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, like those like Amazon spots now.
Right.
Where you just swipe your card, you go help yourself,
Yeah, you grab
and
what
it
you
just
want.
charges you as
Yeah.
you walk out.
which is an amazing thing
Yeah,
to
you
have.
see that everywhere now. They even had that. I saw one of those. It wasn't an Amazon one, but it was the same concept at the airport at the Delta terminal, where you go in, you swipe, I guess your credit card or whatever it is, and you just walk in, help yourself, and walk out.
It's funny that you say it's everywhere because I have it above my door so that anything you take from my refrigerator or my kitchen, like you just get charged for, like the cups, ice, White Claws, anything.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah, so it's on your guys' tab. Like it just automatically scans your credit card. So that's how I make money for the show to get these things.
I like UBS. It was.
It's
very
really
successful.
nice.
And
It's
listen,
really nice.
when it's all said and done, I'm not big into going to watch sports live, just because it's so damn expensive. But there's nothing more exciting than live hockey game.
No, it's awesome.
Oh, God.
It's awesome. And then when they get into a fight, there was a fight in the game I went to.
And
it was brief.
It's so fast. It's so action packed. So you're always engaged. It really is.
I agree with you. Hockey is like a good sport to go see
Yeah.
live, just like football. They're both great sports. The only problem with us is our football. Well, your football team's a lot further. But if you were to go to a Jet or Giant game, it's in another state as well. So it's a ride. It's a schlep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As Shady Bray would say, it's a schlep to get over there to the MetLife Stadium. But it being right here is great. You take an Uber, it's worth $20. You don't have to look for parking. The only problem I think they're gonna have is we talked about it before when we were driving past it. Is they're gonna have all those stores and restaurants behind it where they used to have all those cars.
Eventually, yeah.
Like eventually, that's gonna be a problem because right now traffic is a problem there anyway when they have a game.
Yeah.
Like the cross island is like gridlock. So with those stores, like I don't know how they're gonna do it, but like it's gonna be a disaster, I think. But other than that, the place was great. They're on a winning streak. Let's go Islanders today against the Rangers. Screw the Rangers. They're ready in the playoffs.
I talked to a buddy of mine recently who went to an Islander game not too long ago, and he said he parked. I forget where. I want to say he parked at the big parking lot behind Trotters, and he took the bus, and he said it was so freaking easy.
Yeah, because that bus goes straight down.
So easy.
Yeah, it's straight down, 100%. That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
You park in Trotter's parking lot, you go take the bus. Then on the way home, you take the bus back, get in your car, maybe even have a drink at Trotter's, and you go home.
And it's so close to Hempstead Turnpike. I remember one time taking my son and a couple of his friends to an Islander game that they went on their own. I just dropped them off. I didn't even park. I just stopped on the side of the road at Hempstead Turnpike. They got out and walked right into the parking lot.
Yeah, it's on Hempstead Turnpike. Yeah,
But I mean, it's so
close to Hempstead,
off,
like the arena
Yeah.
itself. Yeah, 100%.
You
It's
walk
like they
off the
built it.
sidewalk.
It's like they built a sidewalk and then the arena,
Right,
and that's
right.
it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. We saw that there.
So cool, so convenient.
It's really good. That's why the Jets should come out over here too, and like it'd be easier. We be a lot more Jet games over here. All right, I think that's it for the sports for today. We got a little bit into a couple different rants with the sports teams, but anyone watch anything this past week or two? Well, you've been out for a little while, so you got some stuff.
I watched a few things. I watched From, as you previously discussed.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bit disappointed with. I don't really know. I've watched both seasons. I don't really know what's going on. So maybe season 3 they'll start giving some answers. It would be nice.
So you're gonna watch season 3 though.
I was
So
thinking about it.
It's hooked you enough where like you need to watch season 3 because you want some answers.
I mean, I might start it to see if there's any progress with the explanations.
Right.
What else did I watch? Been watching Shogun.
How do you like Shogun? Because
Good.
I can't do all the subtitles.
Yeah, I know. I like.
I like
it.
Showtime.
enjoy
I
it.
think it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you like to read.
No, I don't like to read, but I don't mind subtitles.
I don't like subtitles.
Well,
Like-
when it's in another language, it's kind of necessary.
Well, I know Chinese.
It's Japanese, but
Well, they're similar.
um,
Thanks for calling me out on that, jerk.
what else?
Whatever.
I saw the Curb finale. That was good.
Oh, I didn't
Enjoyed
see.
that.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to ruin it. So
I'm not. I would never.
Was it good?
Yeah, I think you're gonna like it.
Oh, it's just so funny, man.
And yeah. Oh, and I started The Tourist, which I think you said you didn't like it, right?
No, I
Oh,
like
you did like it.
I
Okay,
like
yeah,
it.
it's good. I'm just started the second season.
There's 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes. It's not something that you would expect to be good.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's like,
But it and I think it gets better as it goes along, right?
yeah,
Wanda?
without a doubt. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like definitely an original idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
All right. What did you watch, Ernie?
Oh,
Oh, all right. How'd you not watch anything in a week? You didn't watch any TV during a week. What have you been?
I've been watching sports.
Oh, okay.
I've watched. I watched. Listen, it's golf season, so I tend to watch a lot of. golf.
What's coming up this weekend?
The Masters? Of
Well,
course.
where the hell have you been all
The
show?
best weekend in golf, but I'm one of those fools that I can sit down and watch golf 3 days straight, all day long.
Are you gonna watch the Masters all weekend?
Well, I'm not gonna watch it Saturday because hopefully we're playing golf Saturday. But other than that,
So you're gonna watch it Thursday, Friday, Sunday?
Thursday as soon as I get home from work, I'll be watching some. Friday as soon as I get home from work, I'll be watching some. And Sunday, all day I'll be watching.
All right, good.
Got my DraftKings lineups in.
What
You
about Robert?
degenerate bastard.
What did you watch?
What didn't I watch?
I did watch Doom 2.
Oh, you went to the theater?
Yes, yes.
I only heard good things. What did
I
you
liked
think?
it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I've
I
only
thought it
heard.
was very good.
That's what I'm hearing. I think
Great
maybe I should
ending.
go see it.
Left it open for
A third
a
one?
third one.
Really?
Yeah.
So that third one, that's not written because the first 2 are books. So
Oh,
I don't know if they wrote a third book.
I don't know. I'm not like I said, I'm not a book guy, but to me the ending.
You
said
look like a
that
book guy, nerd.
The ending screamed another one to me at least.
Okay.
I
Well,
could
no,
be wrong. I could be
no,
wrong.
no. It's not even that. It's been done before where they stretch themselves out of the books and then they just create another movie just to tie it up. I'm just saying, like, the old Dune movies was only part 1 and 2.
Okay.
So, and I think those are from the books. So now the third one, I don't know if they have a third book. Like, we'd have to research that. I don't care enough for it to do that, so I'm not. I'll eventually watch
I
it.
I enjoyed it.
I'm not going to movie theaters to watch it. There's too many other movies starting to come out and rolling through that I need to see. Like, I don't know if we talked about it last week, because did we talk about Ghostbusters?
No, I mean I wasn't here.
No, you weren't here.
No, I don't know if you talked about it on the show, but we talked about it on the side the other day.
Okay, so I saw the Ghostbusters movie, and as good as Afterlife was, which is what you recently
Oh
just
yeah,
saw,
that I saw. I finally saw Afterlife. I really
and
enjoyed
you
it.
loved it. So the second the Ghostbuster movie is like Frozen Empire,
Yeah.
was just whoever wrote that movie. It was so piss poor. It's not even funny. It's like they followed the same script from the first one, which you can do,
Right.
but you have to change certain things. So, like, from the first movie to the second movie, the young teenage girl,
Yeah.
was the focal point, and it was the same thing. You can't do this, you can't do that. Yet in the first one, she saves the day.
Right.
Second one, same thing.
Same
You can't be a
formula, same
Ghostbuster. You
formula.
can't do this. You're too young. Whatever. Then she saves the day again. And then there was all these little storylines in it that just you didn't need. And like, the whole premise of the second movie is the main villain unleashes like the ice, like it's like set free, and the whole world's gonna be under ice age basically.
Right.
And only
Hence
the
the
Ghostbusters can stop them. But every ghost that was in the old Ghostbusters like containment unit was set free. So you could have had so many different like super cool things happen from any of the other old movies. Like even Afterlife, you could have had Gozer come back. You could have had the Scoleri brothers come back. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, like, you know, Vigo the Carpathian, like, and then they could have like, you had like 8 Ghostbusters. You could have had them. You could have made an Ecto 2 and like them split out into the city and mix up the Ghostbusters and fight on all things. It was just so bad. And then this weekend I saw Godzilla vs. Kong. Well, not verse. I keep saying Godzilla X Kong. That was awesome.
Nice.
To me, that was awesome.
Yeah, I want to go see that.
Perfect amount of action, a little bit of story. They told you what you needed to know, but it wasn't just like, to me, they didn't involve the humans as much. Like they were there, but they were in the backdrop. It was all like Godzilla, Kong, and some new monsters, and like, it was wild. I don't want to ruin it for you because you're going to enjoy it. And if no one's going to go see it with you, I'll go see it again with you. It was a quick movie. It was like 2 hours, boom, boom, boom. Action packed. Like there was a little lull at times because you needed the humans to explain what was going on.
Right.
But besides that, like, to me, Godzilla and Kong movies are like Transformer movies. If you could at least have someone with half a brain to just tie certain things together and make it somewhat believable, the movie will be enjoyable. Right. You know what I mean? Because you're not going there to see Schindler's List, if it makes sense. You know what I mean? Or like, you're not going to see a Martin Scorsese movie, right? You want to see action. You want to see Godzilla beat up Kong, Kong beat up Godzilla, or their tag team and beat up everybody.
You're going to see a Jason Statham movie.
Right, 100%. Like, you want to go see the Beekeeper, you want to see the Beekeeper. You're going to go in there, like, half-cocked and be like, I don't expect there to be a story here. You know? I just need them to make sense. Like, you can't tell me, you know, Godzilla has babies and this and that, like, like whatever. Like, just tie it along, and that's it. And then let them fight and destroy everything. And that's what they did in this movie. A little bit of story, fight and destroy everything. The ending is great, and you need to see it. That's it. And the only other thing I saw, I recently was watching, was Traitors on Peacock. It's like a reality show where like,
I didn't figure it was a reality.
I'm not really. It was suggested, and I started watching it, and like the only reason why I gave it a chance is because my man CT from the Challenge was on it, and he's like a super dope, like crazy MF, and I was like, I want to see how he acts in this different setting. So basically, the synopsis would be is there's like 20-something people in this Scottish castle, and they all get blindfolded. They're around the round table, almost like King Arthur and the Knights, and a couple people get tapped on the shoulder to be traitors. No one knows that they're traitors, but you got to play this game. And they call them faithfuls. The people that aren't traitors are faithfuls. So like the Wanderer will be a traitor, and me and you will be a faithful. We have to figure out who the traitor is. And now picture another 20 people, let's say. So we got to figure, like there's 2, 3, maybe 4 traitors, and you got to, depending on how everyone's acting and what you're perceiving and what you're doing on any given day, you got to figure out who the traitor is. If you don't, and you grab a faithful, they get eliminated. And then there's all these little games like the Challenge. If you ever saw the Challenge, they have these events where you could win money. So the last couple people standing win the money. Now, if there's a traitor among those people, the traitor wins all the money, the faithfuls get nothing. Wow. So the point is to get rid of the traitors so that the faithfuls win all the money, and then you split it. And I only saw the second season because, like I said, I knew a couple people from the second season from just watching commercials, and I like the Challenge. That's the only reality TV show that I've watched up until now with the traitors. Mm-hmm. And the second season is awesome. I started watching the first season. I don't know anyone on it, so it's not as cool for me. But my man is CT. He's an animal and a crazy lunatic from Boston. So I just watched it for him, and it wound up being a great show. And it's funny, and it's good, and it's only 11 episodes. So it's not anything like you're super invested in, but it's entertaining. Like if you have nothing to watch, like I did, you watch it, and it was good. You know, and that's really it. That's all I watched so far. I'm going to be watching some more stuff soon. I'm sure everyone else is. Ernie's going to get off his fat butt and start watching some TV because I know he's not doing anything else. I know we're golfing now. We're in golf season. We should have golfed today, actually, by the way.
I know.
Today was phenomenal. I stepped outside at like noon, and I'm like, I took my sweatshirt off. I'm like, I should be golfing.
Today was a day you could have teed off at 2 o'clock and got a whole round there.
100%. 2:30. It's still light out right now. It's 7 o'clock. You might even push 3 o'clock and we would have got it done. And you would have got Twilight pricing, so you would have been paying $50. I'm telling you, we're going to start doing that more often. We're just gonna do it. What time do you normally get out of work? 4:30?
Yeah.
Maybe you get off like 3:30 and we just go and wing it and see what happens.
Yeah. 3
Yep.
o'clock.
3 o'clock, that's it. And we'll go. All right, Wanderer, let's finish it up. Hit us with the song since people have been missing it. I'll tell you that right now. I know I have.
Yeah, so 3 selections as usual. First up, we have Rock Marciano with Marciology. Second, Crooked Soul and the Mussolini with Macaroni. And third, Richie with Triple Digits. Those are the 3 picks for this week.
All right, folks, that's all we got for this week. Tune in to us next week to see what's going on all this week and what we've watched and what we didn't watch and what we read or didn't read, because I know I ain't reading shit. But, enjoy your week. Enjoy the sun, because the next couple days there'll be rain.
Enjoy the Masters.
Yeah, enjoy the, not just the Masters, it's Augusta.
Yeah.
So it's the biggest tournament of the year.
That's right.
So we're all looking forward to it. I might actually watch a few minutes of it myself. So enjoy all the sports, enjoy New York sports, and whatever else you're doing.
We'll see you in the next cartoon.
That's it.
Yeah,
Take care. Peace out.